Hello family, and a happy Good Friday morning to you. I won't keep you for very long. I was just out here having my walk and just taking in the fresh morning air, the sunshine, and hearing the birds sing and the squirrels jump from tree to tree, and I thought I'd stop and chat to you. Now, I know a lot of you had seen my post when I got the book Who Owns the Ice House, a wonderfully recommended book to me, and I was going to come on, in fact I should be now talking to you about what I've learnt from it, and I have to say I can't do that just now. I have started to read it, but I haven't got far enough to speak on it. Now this is the thing, because I thought to myself, oh, then I haven't read enough to tell you how wonderful it is and what I've learnt from it, even further to my first video, but then I thought, well, actually, there is also an important lesson to learn from that. And the reason why I haven't been able to tell you about how wonderful, the wonderful lessons of this book that I've gathered and gleaned from reading it and digesting it and mulling it over in my mind and applying it to my life and things of that nature, is because I have been really busy doing other things. Now, the interesting thing about that, I know we're all busy, is that for Lent, this Lenten season, which culminates with Good Friday, and then we go into the resurrection season, with Sunday being Resurrection Sunday, or Easter Sunday as we like to call it, Easter Monday being a bank holiday, and then we all go back to our lives. But we should all remember the lessons of this, because Jesus came, sacrificed himself on the cross. He went willingly, even though the situations were set up so that he would get there, and it was a betrayal that led to it, but he did go willingly, so that we would have redemption from salvation, be redeemed back to God. And that is important for us to always remember every day, but we particularly remember it during this Lenten season. And the interesting thing that I wanted to talk about is, actually, I didn't, because I gave up overcommitting for Lent. What do I mean? I mean, when I have a season of silence in my life, I tend to volunteer for a lot of things. I like to help. And then as life progresses, things come into my life that I also have to manage because I'm obligated. And then I find overcrowding occurs and I have to reorganize and shift in order to actually be able to give the best of me, because everything I do I want to do with God's excellence, and so that's how I apply myself to everything in life. Anyway, which brings me back to the book. Who Owns the Ice House? Now this is interesting because I had two options. I had the option not to come on because I hadn't read enough, or the option to come on and tell you, actually, it's okay. And I want us all to take a moment this Good Friday to realise it is okay. It's okay when you haven't done all the things on your checklist. It's okay to take time to meditate. It's okay to take time to pray, to be with God. You know, God is the redeemer of time, and therefore if you don't spend time with him or can't spend time with him, then what are we doing? Because I find that for myself, that when I spend time with God, he lengthens my days, because I've given him that sacrifice of the first part of my day, as I'm doing now, then I'm able to do more in the day, but also to take care of myself, because if I was to exhaust myself to the point of I've got to get everything done on my list, then I wouldn't be in a fit state to do anything, and so I do myself more harm than good. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't push ourselves, because we can always do more than we think, and I've had experiences of that, or that we shouldn't go out and actually make an effort. What I'm saying is that when we get to know ourselves, we should know where our limits are, but also never sacrifice our time with God in order to do things of God. Now, the important thing with that is we can't get caught up doing so many things that we don't have time for the God who gave us the things to do. So yes, I'm just coming on to wish you all a happy Easter, but also to remind you, take that time out to rest, take that time out to be with God, and as we all know, all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. God's got us, rely on him, and yeah, it's okay not to do everything on your list. Get to it at some point, but it doesn't all have to be done today. All right then, take care. Love you all. Bye. Until next time, God bless you.